There you go. How? Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my tiny tube. I'm Standing Turtle. Heyoka. Empath. I like to have these little talks on the way I feel about things. We're just all little radio receivers, yeah. We're just all little only our radio parts, or computer parts, however technically minded you are. I'm kind of old, so I go way back to AM FM radio, K60 AM FM radio. I grew up in Redding, California. I was a little receiver before I knew about energy and all that stuff, and I just have been trying to kind of figure life out, you know, because I always just identified to my spirit. I just always led my heart from my spirit. And as I got older, I realized that other people don't do that. There's other people that don't live from their spirit, or they're scared, or for whatever reason. It's none of my business. I don't care. I just tell stories here about how I see things as I've perceived them. My story. I got a good story. I'm like Slumdog Millionaire and Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump without the creepy pervy lead. Yeah. Haven't really liked the guy since Bosom Buddies, where he dressed up for drag to dupe to live in an apartment of all women, and then they got to play. I mean, it was gross then, you know, and I just have been collecting data on the creepertons. The people have given themselves authority over you. And from my perspective, I'm like, I'm a spiritual being. Even as a little girl, I was like this. They always tried to I'm like Sheldon too. They test me for everything. And I assure you, I am A-okay. I've been to freaking counselors, doctors, psychiatrists, appointed, not appointed, you know, just to check in, make sure my baseline is where everyone else is. That's what they look at. That's all that, you know, determine it. And if your baseline is way above everybody else, and your intelligence can be above everyone else too, then, well, they deem you a threat, because people don't like it when you're smarter than them. They don't. But my life changed substantially 3 years ago, and I became a caregiver. It's a big change from what I worked so hard to do. But that's the thing. There's a storyline of the course of your life in which it's intended, the heart space one, and then there's the ego one. And which path are you going to follow? And I fell more and more into my heart. I made a promise to Mom a long time ago, and then complying to that promise, we found a beautiful, wonderful relationship that we didn't always have, and it took 45 years. Yeah. And it's, you know, not going around getting to do everything I want to do and spending all the money and making all the money and doing all this and making networks and connecting and going out and playing and partying and doing all this shit, all this stuff that I did for years and years, living from my ego. It took me away from the things that were important, and now I see it clear as day, all the things that are important, and other people are starting to see that, you know. Other people are starting to see it. So on one authority, I went down a little ant hole this morning. I got up kind of early. It's freaking the vibe. I know about the energy of the astrology of the day, and it's a great day. 7/7/11. I just got coffee in my eye. What a clown. Decaf. Can't even drink regular coffee. What kind of wuss have I become? That kind of wuss. But I'm the toughest goddamn wuss you'll ever fucking meet. So, the ant hole I went down, I was like, well, let's see. I was thinking about the authority, the lawmakers, the people that have deemed themselves in charge. The ones that have been hiding quantum things. See, quantum's, and I was listening to Mike Peace Dealer this morning, his talk, his astrology for the day, and so I'll just kind of piggyback on what he said. Go listen to his, and then maybe this will make more sense. Maybe Maybe it'll make sense all of it by itself. Who knows? See, I've been tracking astrologies because I live in Salem. I live in Oregon, it's capital Oregon. I've always ended up near capitals and things like that. It's my frequency, it's my vibe, because I vibe high. Now I'm ready to go find my little mountain on a hill, little cabin with a wood stove, me and Mom. Close to a stream. Nice, not too hot, not too hot. Shade trees. I don't mind hot as long as there's shade trees. Anyway. So I've been tracking astrology since the Great Eclipse in 2017. So and people like Rick Levine and stuff like that, and other readers that I appreciate their reports. They've been having inklings about stuff that's happening now back then, and I've been tracking like a. Because I just make sure Mom got everything she needs and wants, and she's comfortable and happy, and that keeps me close to home. So during my time to fill my space and my energy, because I have a lot of energy, I've been tracking astrology and the news and spirituality, all things quantum, and quantum exists. Quantum has always existed. I've been talking about it for 3 years. Go back and watch my really old videos. All this, the energy, I've always talked about it, and it's made my world very small. Because nobody wants to talk to me anymore in real life. So it's cool that people chime in, it's cool that there's people out there that are the same frequency as me, that when I speak, I don't sound like the freaking adults in the old Peanuts comics that wah, wah, wah. I can't even understand what you're saying. Because some people are so ignorant. I can't even understand what they're saying. Because we're a different frequency, so. But then, when you get into their heart space, I can understand what they're saying. And that's what sucks, folks. Is when you get in the heart space of that you can understand where somebody's coming from. The world is an entirely different ballgame. Now the animal I went down this morning, they're trying to. Thank you, don't drink the Kool-Aid. I appreciate when you do that. I gotta take a moment for gratitude just for that, because I get overwhelmed every time they do that. Peace Dealer took a moment of silence today, too. See, I've taken many moments of silence for people. Many, many moments of silence. Because in that silence, that is where the connection is made. That is where everybody is all the same. That is where people that are talking about giving out poor people that are really scared and struggling right now another $1,200, maybe the second one in 8 months, maybe, because they've all been collecting their pay, their regular pay. And I go down the anthole, see. And if you just look on Wikipedia, salaries of members of the United States Congress, 1789, when all this started, that's in the constellations in the sky are lining up. It's the same as 1776, and they've been going around and around. Stop being a dick. Stop being a dick. Stop being a dick. And now what's happening? Everybody's been a dick. So now the circle's going around. Everybody's getting smacked in the face with a dick, a karmic dick, because they've been a dick. And what goes around comes around. So in 1789, the per annum, $50. Okay, then 1983, $69,000. That's the most I ever made and that was in 2016. That was the last job I ever had. And it was the third largest company in the world, and that's all I got. Because people don't care about support and who breaks their back to do the work. They just don't. And as I go down, and that's for senators. That was in 1983. Then, everybody looked away. 1989, 1990. Oh, made up military conflict, Operation Sandbox bullshit. Desert Storm. I had a roommate that was involved, so I got the innards on that, what it was really about, and I learned all about freaking the straight guys and gaying away and all that stuff, and how the guys that beat up transsexuals, it's really an attraction that they have for them, and then they hate themselves so much that they take it out on the person. Yeah, that's what that whole storyline is about. Any cop that fucking harms, just know in your mind they are doing that because they are attracted, and they should just be okay with being attracted. Same energetically balanced people are beautiful people. They just have lived so many lives that sometimes they get mixed up in of what their spirit and their body, and gender is all stupid and made up, more control crap stuff anyway. That's all gender is. It's all control stuff. Words like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, everybody has two poles. Duh. Everybody has negative, positive. Some people just have a broader spectrum. And I question the people that don't have a spectrum at all. Let me go down the list of more of how much they make. In So Operation Desert Storm crap, their pay rate went up to from 98,000 to 125. Now understand, folks, our taxes, everything we do pays for this. And there's 535 at least positions, and then now you have lobbyists, so we pay for them too. And then you have all the cars and all the fleets and all the we pay for all that. So that'd be really cool if they gave us another $1,200, wouldn't it? Then when I enlisted in 2000, because I knew I was going to have to take care of Mom some kind of way, somehow, because I've been her caregiver my whole life. When Operation Bullshit 9/11 and all that stuff happened, went from 125 to 150,000 annually in 2002. Now, well, 2009. Oh, now in 2009, it's been, I guess, 174,000. So, but they don't pay for anything. They get per diem for everything, so they get their way. And then they're all lawyers, and then they charge everybody $500 an hour to just move pots around on the stove. They're not here to fix anything. They're not. They're here to create cognitive dissonance. And they play both sides until both sides are just in each other's face. But what if both sides just created a circle of unity, and then we created a better idea and an easier way of living? Go back to barter. That's what I'm all about, dude. I'm starting my own photography. I got business cards because I got snack knacks. I make beautiful food, wonderful food, because I got snack naps. Somebody already got tech knacks. Somebody already coined that one. They beat me to it. But I got tech knacks too. You know, because I'm a creative being. And that's what you get when you're energetically balanced and you're masculine and feminine. I haven't always been an energetically balanced being. I used to be very unbalanced. I was very angry for a very, very long time because I just focused on my Aries sun. And I only studied my Aries sun. But 3 years ago, when frickin' Cosmos Universe grounded my ass, I got deep into my chart. Deep. And the way the placements are, and I'm slow too. So it's like, I'm like, wait a minute. There's a lot of stuff in Cancer and Capricorn going on right now. I got Cancer in my first and second house. Then I look up at what first and second house represent. Holy hell. You know, and then I'm like, wait, I got Capricorn in my 7th and 8th house. Holy hell, you know, and all this stuff. And I have been trying to omit being afraid of bad things happening for so long that I've been shutting out good stuff. And so since this last few, you know, alignments of since the full moon eclipse, basically, it's like my spirit has been flushed. When you wake up in the morning, I recommend this. Realize your quantum body. I believe that when we sleep, our spirits are going out, our breath, our body goes into autopilot, our breath goes out and experiences all dimensions, all universe, all times as higher versions of ourselves. I don't think that is too far beyond the realm of possibility. Just like when we take our last breath. I was asking Mom before she went to sleep last night. I'm like, Mom, do you dream? She's like, sometimes. I said, what do you see when you sleep? She says, a lot of colors. A lot of colors. I said, do they look like this? I'm going to try. Do they look like this, Mom? Do they look like that? And these are just constellations. I know the angles and all that crap. But just Google cosmic photos. I said, do they look like that? She's like, yeah, they look like that. See, and I believe that when we take our last breath, our spirit goes out into the solar system, where your frequency goes to where your frequency, your same freak tribe. Wait till that's a T. I already got the logo, the design. I gotta find a company that I'm in line with to make my teas, because on Teespring I have a truth-speaking tea. There's only one on there. It's called I Bully Bullies. But I'm gonna put same freak tribe, frequency, FREQ. You know, I love it. I listened to Pam Gregory's talk this morning. She's talking in energy and frequency. People are it's starting to click, because they're raising their spirit vibrational frequency with the knowledge that they're putting in their own face, because they ain't going to school, so they ain't learning all that imposed shit right now. Which is, so people are kids are going down their own, and they're going down their own creative ant holes, and they're just trying to figure it out, and they're dancing. You know, I don't follow the dance, but I dance all the time. I don't have a lot of furniture in the living room, so I dance around every day. Mom laughs, and Mom and I talk, and we laugh. You know, but I used to be so hateful and so angry when I was military, Marge. Never made Sarge. At Offutt Air Force Base. I mean, I had all the reasons. I went to a parts store not too long ago, and I was like, you do any, because I'll just, anything for a discount. Shit, I lost a fucking inch and a half from a height. At least give me 10% off my goddamn oil. And I was like, yeah, I was at Offutt Air Force Base, and I got to flip fucking baby bush. And because every time people say, thank you for your service, I'm like, no, don't thank me for that. Thank me for hanging my arm out the hangar door as baby Bush taxied by, because no in and out. When Air Force One goes by, no in and out, doors stay closed. I hung my arm out and flipped him off, and maybe, just maybe, at that instance, he looked at the aid shop and saw an arm out the door going, fuck you, baby bitch Bush. I know what you are. So have solace if anybody, you know, gets anything from that. Just, I did that for you, because we're the same heart space. Because you don't get to make up military conflicts and go to other people's houses and shit on their floor and then tell us that we do it for our own good, and then we co-sign your shit, and then you pay yourselves $174,000 plus a year, blah 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 blah, and it's all a game to you. I can't wait. Let's make all those senators that make all those pay. Let's make them go live in the tent cities. Let's make all these people running. Go make them live in the tent cities, in this impoverished, in these places where the aid never came to Hurricane Michael, and the aid never came, and you just kept making organizations and building more building to help the people, but you never helped the people. Now the people are learning to help themselves. So I want to do pick your price photography and stuff like that. You know, you pay me what you think. It's all tips. Yeah, I'll pay I'll pay my Uncle Sam. I'm always lawful. I always, hey, if I have a wage, you can have, you know. But the thing is they think their fair share is way more. That's what the ego does, and that's what people are figuring out. Don't let people that care so much about money in positions of power, because they don't care about people, because they say it themselves. They say the words. It's just business. I've heard it 1,000 times. All the people, the 7 city employees that came and didn't help me in the last 3 years. And I'm going to do a video later of the city project and how they failed. I'm going to do it from outside, and I'm going to do a walkthrough, and I'm going to take the laptop down, and I'll show people where I get my toilet water. because I have no shame. The shame isn't mine. I tried to work with them. Their only answer to me was just pay your bill. And so now I'm trying to pay down the $1,300 city bill, and then I'm trying to move on to the next chapter of my life. And I'm trying to do all of these things without being in anger like I've always done it before, because then that gives them the chance to see, you're just mad Marge. And that's what they want. They want people to live in anger. They want to scare people, so then people live with anger. But if you just put down the sword, then they don't get to win. They play both sides. There is no left and right. It's just all both sides of the coin. They play both sides. Why don't people see that? I won't go to a place where I'm doing everything I can to not wear a mask. And it's actually, I'm kind of making it a fun game. Like the other day I went to like 2 places. Couldn't go get one at a convenience store, because I live in Oregon, and the governor here is real small. She's a real small spirit, because the smaller the spirit, same thing with men. Smaller the spirit, the more they freaking project it. Freaking bullshit. She's just a small. She denies the masculine in her, the control in her. And instead of handling that and dealing with that in her, she has to control everything outside of herself. I know it. I got a brother, He's a lawyer. He makes freaking 6 figures in Sacramento. His office passes letters back and forth with Governor Newsom. And I'm almost getting to the point that that's fucking more embarrassing to tell people. Because that fucking scumbag wears $10,000 suits to tell people he cares, and, not let people on the beach on the 4th of July? Fuck you. Fuck you, Newsom. Fuck you, Newsom. You Jesuit. I worked at a Jesuit university. I know what fucking creepy creepertons. See, that's the thing, is any paradigm that allows that nasty, gross behavior just because who they are, you're part of it. You're all part of it. If you allow it, if you pay for it, if you endorse it, you all part of it. That's why it's so beautiful that freaking old girl's gonna be singing. Because she's pissed and she's scared, and that bitch is shorting out. That bitch is shorting out. Her mental state, she is off the rails right now. She is off the rails. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually really did try to kill herself. That wouldn't, because her mental midgetness, because that's why they do all this stuff. They do it because look at me. And when they can't be seen, so they have to stop. And stop calling her, you want to get to people like her, stop referring to her as his girlfriend. Because she wasn't that important to him, and she always wanted to be, see? So don't do that. Just make that disconnection. Don't give people what they want like that. I get it all the time. All I'm trying to do is have heartfelt connections. I just got told no by my again. But this time I let it go. She was just like, let's just call it, just not be anything, because I don't know. I'm like, I don't want anything from you. And then it's just like having the same conversation that we had 3 years ago, but I'm evolved up here and she's in the same place. So we aren't same flames anymore. So I wonder who my same flame is. That's pretty cool. Because I used to be sad because and fuck that shit, dude. Evolve or fucking short out and die. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.